Allah Hayno how about Shimmy how Shah Mashiach Wamalaki by Shim Hawab Rash Barakathum, the water about Ball Kwam Yasharat. Double honor to the apostles, builders, and bishops, and great millstone teachers daily, to the man out there teaching the likewise doctrine and city Shalom. Today we're going to get into this video of this Irish politician. She calls out the West for their for everything they've been doing over the past 200 years, basically. So, without further ado, let's get the video. But first, I want to bring out the script. And this, we're going to start this out with Job chapter 9, verse 24. The earth was given to the hand of the wicked, because the faces of the judges thereof not aware who is it. That's why all this wickedness is allowed once again. Now, I have another, thank you for calling it a precept, because, you know, it's kind of backing up Job chapter 9, verse 24. This is Daniel chapter 4, verse 17. This matter is by the decree of the watchers and demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whoever he will, and setteth up over it the bases of men. Now, who's the base man? Esau, Edom, and Amalek. They the same nation, Edom. So let's let this politician speak real quick. Then we're gonna bring out some script. Now it says, this is the name of the video. Irish politician calls out Western countries for funding war in Africa. And that's all they do. They fund wars. They want war. That's all they know. Because why? Number one, they satisfy their bloodthirst. They have an insatiable bloodthirst for murder. And number two, they're warmongers. They profit from war. They profit from death. They profit from destruction. That's why Esau is called the destroyer of worlds, because he just ignorant like that. You know, chopping down rainforest, and then you want to cry. It's a crisis. We can't breathe. That's the dumb shit Esau does. But let's let her speak real quick.
A member of the European Union, an Irish politician, Claire Daly, calls out the hypocrisy of the European Union to their face when it comes to Africa. Let me show you this clip. We'll come back.
The Western media shows two warlords, two rival military factions, ordinary people frightened and fleeing, but nothing explained, no context, no responsibility. The European elites throw up their hands and wonder, how shall we swoop in and save the Africans from themselves? But there's no mention of European funding, external border policies, the financing of state forces to round up desperate people migrating north to stop them reaching Europe. We've removed our fingerprints from this disaster and we pretend it comes from nowhere. I agree that we need peace, but how? As usual, this isn't about what we must do, but what we've got to stop doing. Sudan needs civilian government. Sudan needs economic justice. It needs an end to militarised extractivism in rural communities driven by the circuits of Western capital. That's the cause of the decades of instability and suffering in Sudan. If we
Hold up. Let's get a couple scriptures. Now she was telling us some truth. She's like, all this shit that's going on in the world is because the West would not get their ass nowhere to sit down. They just keep shit up and then lie about it. They start shit and lie about it. They keep bullshit going and lie about it. Now let's get Isaiah chapter 26, verse 10. Let favor be shown to the wicked, yet will not learn righteousness. See? In the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly, and will not behold them still the Lord. Now, why is he in all these countries? He robbing them blind, stealing their resources, murdering their people, and lying about it all. That's the role of the United States military. Sirach, chapter 13, verse 4. If thou be for his profit, he will use thee. But if thou hast nothing, he will forsake thee. Yeah, that's the only reason. If he in your country, he's there to steal. No doubt about it. He ain't there just soaking up the environment, soaking up nature. No, he hates nature. He destroys nature. He is there to steal and murder and lie about it all. And it's his own people, other Edomites. He don't care. Check this out. Sirach chapter 14, verse 5. He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? He shall not take pleasure in his goods. This man, he destroy his own people just for the hell of it. But for some reason, you two-third Israelite thinks for some reason he cares about you. Okay. Psalm chapter 58, verse 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb, they go astray. As soon as they be born, speaking lies. And this is what has come to pass now. All these other nations, they really pretty much hate the United States because of all the bullshit they keep up. I mean, they like little high school messy ass kids. They start shit and lie about it. Obadiah chapter 1, verse 2. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. Edomites, Amalekites, those people over there in our land, telling them lying like they us. Isaiah chapter 32, verse 7. As for the scoundrel, his devices are evil. He plans wicked schemes, ruin the poor with lying words, even when the needy speaketh right. That's Esau all day. Let's go.
Stop paying the warlords wages, maybe then the people of Sudan would have a chance at civilian government.
This is not her first time calling out her own people. She does it here and there, and they don't like her. Like, it is so clear that the other European Parliament members do not care for her, but
You know why they don't like her? Because she telling the truth, just like the same reason they don't like us, because we telling the truth. Now let's get I got a scripture. Hold on, let me grab it real quick. Let me go to Google. And that's classic Edomite behavior right there. If they don't agree with you or you don't agree with them, see Esau, he can't agree to disagree. Either it's his way or death. That's how this fool thinks. This is Galatians chapter 4, verse 16. Am I therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth? The answer is yes. Esau's kingdom does not deal with reality. They hate reality. They'll freestyle some bullshit and believe in it. They don't deal with reality at all. They hate reality, which is why their destruction is gonna tear their ass up because they ain't gonna be able to believe it. They ain't gonna be able to process it. They ain't gonna be able to turn their cognitive dissonance up high enough. They run from reality. It's what they want it to be, regardless of how much sense it don't make. That's why they are unfit to rule. Yeah, these warmongers. Psalm chapter 73, verse 12. Behold, these are the ungodly who prosper in the world. They increase in riches. And that goes for your politicians, all of them warmongers. Let's go.
she still exposes their hypocrisy, double standards, and evil ways.
State sponsor of terrorism is a term of US law. It doesn't exist in EU law. But a Zelensky advisor called for it in the Parliament magazine, and here we are again reporting for duty. And all it will do is make peace harder to achieve. Exactly, of course, what the extremists want. No peace, no off-ramps, all bridges burning, and Ukraine a permanent abattoir in a suicidal holy crusade against Russia. So, if you want to start naming state sponsors of terrorism, let's do it. European sponsorship of Israeli terrorism in Palestine, Western sponsorship of Saudi terrorism.
You heard her. She said Israeli terrorism in Palestine. That's what these people do. They throw the rock and hide the hand and play the victim card. These are not the Lord's people. Psalm chapter 94, verse 20. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by law? See, that's what they do. They create laws that's beneficial to them only, but a detriment to you. Sirach chapter 12, verse 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like his iron rusted sword is his wickedness. Sirach chapter 14, verse 17. And if he do it good, he do it unwillingly, and at the last he would declare his wickedness. So all of them buttery lies he tell you to make you feel good, to put you in hope, and oh, at the end you're gonna see his motives, because somebody gonna be dead, somebody gonna be robbed, or somebody gonna be demonized. That's all his playbook. Psalm chapter 52, verse 2. The tongue devises mischief like a sharp razor working deceitfully. That's what they do. Proverbs chapter 14, verse 25. A true witness delivereth soul, but a deceitful witness speaketh lies. Proverbs chapter 14, verse 17. He that is soon angry dealeth foolishly, and a man of wicked devices is hated. That's a miracle. Proverbs chapter 29, verse 12. If a ruler harvest the lies, all his servants are wicked. That's your presidents, that's your prime ministers, that's your elites. All of them in the same bed. James chapter 1, verse 8. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. That's Esau. You can't trust this dude, man. Nobody can. He can't even trust his own. You got Edomites that don't trust Edomites because they know they cannot be trusted. And they just coming out looking stupid and sloppy and sloppy. Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 7. Concerning Edom, thus saith the Lord of hosts, is wisdom no more unto mine? His counsel perished from the prudent. Is their wisdom vanished? Yeah, the Lord took away their left-handed wisdom. Now they out here doing sloppy psyop, getting caught up in all kind of lies, looking stupid. And to be honest, it's very embarrassing. I mean, that's why you got these other nations laughing at you, trying to get away from your punk ass dollar. Let's go.
In Yemen, ISIS, the product of French, American, British, Turkish and Gulf sponsorship in Syria and Iraq. Decades of right-wing US-backed terrorism against the Cuban Revolution, the Contras in Nicaragua, death squads in Guatemala, in El Salvador. Remember Vietnam, Laos, Cambodia, horror after horror, terror after terror.
She going in, horror after horror, terror after terror. See? Sirach chapter 10, verse 3. An unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. That's all this dude knows, destruction. And where he goes, they'll follow, but nobody goes to jail. That's why he's unfit to rule. This is a fucking idiot. Excuse my French. Psalm chapter 58, verse 2. Yea, in heart ye work wickedness, ye weigh the violence of your hands in the earth. Esau, the biggest terrorist. If it wasn't for America, there wouldn't be no bombs. Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 18. When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and givest him not warning, nor speaketh to warn the wicked from his wicked way to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thine hand. So yeah, you gonna pay for everything you did, homie. Now let's get Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 9. Because thou hast spoiled many nations, spoil means rob. All the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of man's blood, and for all that dwell therein. That's what them nukes coming in at. All these other nations gonna band together and bomb this bitch. So because the United States gonna push them there. They have mastered the art of provoking people and lying about it. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 5. Yeah, because he transgresses by wine, he is a proud man. Neither keepeth at home. Everybody else country. There is no reason why the United States should have 754 bases nationwide. And they still building. What does that tell you? Now, if anybody built a base near the United States, they'll be crying like little hoes. But they insist on building bases in other people's countries just to take their shit, just to scare them into doing what they want. And if they don't do it, they just activate the military at that base and take their shit and murder. And they always crying democracy. We gonna help the people. Now you gonna help yourself with their resources. Let's get it again. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 5. Yeah, because he transgresses by wine, he is a proud man, neither keeps at home, who enlarges his desire is filled, and is as deaf and cannot be satisfied, but gather unto him all nations and heap unto him all people. That's what them bases for. Psalm chapter 64, verse 8. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. She's an Edomite, but she calling out other Edomites. What the scripture say? They shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. They telling on each other. They ratting each other out.
There's nothing constructive about the pot calling the kettle black. Would you ever cop on, start championing peace and enter the war which is patently in the interests of EU, Ukrainian and Russian citizens?
The bottom line is she is correct. The European Union act like they are deaf and they are blind when it comes to African countries and the
Yeah, and there's a scripture on there too. When you call them out, they act like they ain't hear you because they don't want to respond. Because if they respond, it's an admission to guilt, so they just don't respond. You know, they ignore the problem, hoping it's gonna go away. They ignore whatever you call them out on, hoping that you gonna forget. No, we ain't forgot. Now let's get Psalms. Let's go to Psalm chapter 58. And she said it right on the head. I got a scripture for it too. This is Psalm chapter 58, verse 4. Their poison is like the poison of a serpent. They are like the deaf adder that stoppeth her ear. See that cognitive dissonance kick in when you bring forth some truth about them. They're like they ain't here because they don't want to respond. Sirach chapter 41, verse 8. Woe be unto you, ungodly men, which have forsaken the law of the Most High Yahweh, for if ye increase, it will be your destruction. Psalm chapter 73, verse 5. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Psalm chapter 73, verse 8. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily. Psalm chapter 52, verse 3. Thou lovest evil more than good, and lying rather than speak righteousness a lie. Galatians chapter 6, verse 7. Be not deceived, the house not mocked, for whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. And there's a precept to that. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, all this murdering they doing. Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 35. This is Ezekiel chapter 35, verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred has shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their calamity had an end. Verse 6. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord Yahweh, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Verse 7. Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and from it, cut from it him that passeth out, and him that returneth. Who was Mount Seir? Edomites. That's where they came from. Mount Seir, Mount Petra, over in Georgia, Russia. That's their home. Let's go.
Conflict that we face, they act like they have nothing to do with it. They act like they don't support an agenda. They don't support a rebel group. They don't support a coup. They act like there's nothing to see there, and there are saviors. They hold a meeting and say, we need to fix this. We need to help African countries, which they know they have contributed to that war, to that conflict. And it is good to see their own holding them accountable. And we shall see if they're going to respond to her claims and comments. I'm pretty sure they're going to act like they haven't heard it and move on, but we will not let them get away with this. They might have been able to get away with it up until this point, but the youth is waking up. The youth is saying no more.
See, that time is up. Everybody hip to you. Speaking of that,
include mental health.
Okay, let me come on. Yeah, man. Yeah, we're on to them. Let's get Isaiah chapter 29, verse 15. Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord, and their works are in the dark, and they say, who seeth us and who knoweth us? That's what they think. They think they could just tell a lie and people just gonna eat it up, and ain't nobody on to it. Ain't nobody that stupid to believe your dumb ass lies. But they still hold true. They be like, we ain't did that. It's just like Eddie Murphy Raw. Wasn't me. But I got you on tape. Wasn't me. That's their attitude. Micah chapter 2, verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds when the morning is light. They practice it because it is in the power of their hand. Why? Because of Job chapter 9, verse 24. The earth is given to the hand of the wicked. Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 11. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. They all chips in now because they hadn't got punished for it yet. But the Lord wants you to stack your iniquity up into the heavens so he can destroy your ass real quick. See, you should be scared. You're in a scary place, Esau, because of the fact that you're not being punished. See, the Lord, he punishes those that he loves, but you're not being punished. So that should make you afraid. But instead, you wax proud. So let's get, let me see if I can find it real quick. Let me see if this is. Hold up, hold up. Here you go. Okay, it's Hebrews 12, 6 and 7. Let's go there. Hebrews chapter 12. Yeah, y'all should be scared, man. And we can start at verse 5. And ye have forgotten the exhortation which speaketh unto you as unto children, my son. Despise not thou the chastening of the Lord, nor faint when thou art rebuked of him. Verse 6. For whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth, and scourgeth every son whom he receiveth. Verse 7. If ye endure chastening, Yahweh dealeth with you as with sons. For what son is he whom the Father chasteneth not? Verse 8. But if ye be without chastisement, wherefore all are partakers, then are ye bastards and not sons. So if you're not being punished, he don't give a damn about you. Now, why are they called bastards? Because they have no father. Now, let's get another scripture. Let's go to Google. Let's see what this is. The book of Zechariah. This is Zechariah chapter 9, verse 6. And if bastards shall dwell in Ashdod, and I will cut off the pride of the Philistines. They're called bastards because they don't have a heavenly father. Verse 7. And I will take away his blood out of his mouth, and his abomination from between his teeth. But he that remaineth, even he, shall be for our power, and he shall be as a governor in Judah, and Ekron as a Jebusite. Yeah, that's why they get punished. But the Lord don't care about them. The Lord about to slam them on their ass. Second Samuel chapter 4, verse 11. How much more when the wicked man have slain a righteous person in his own house upon his bed? Shall I not therefore now require his blood out of your hand and take you away from the earth? It's about to happen to you people. Psalm chapter 94, verse 21, they gathered themselves together against the soul of the righteous and condemned the innocent blood. That's what they do. They call murder of innocent people collateral damage. Your changing of the word or the definition does not negate from the fact that the Lord still sees it as murder and you will be judged for it as murder. You know why? Because the term collateral damage didn't exist when the Bible was written rather. Just like the saying, you put your spells up, your spells to mask your wickedness. Another example, the term abortion, which is murder, but Esau calls it abortion because it's easier on the ears than to just come out and say, I'm going to murder an infant, a newborn. So he just put these little spells so you won't have to think it through. So you won't have to say, oh man, I'm going to murder an infant. No, you just say I'm going to have an abortion. These big ass words does not mask your wickedness, and your cognitive dissonance and willful ignorance will not save you, Esau, Amalek. Sirach chapter 27, verse 27. He that worketh mischief, it shall fall upon him, and he shall not know whence it cometh. Verse 30. Malice and wrath, even these are abominations, and the sinful man shall have both. Yeah, it's coming for you, bro. Oh, let's get some more meat on the bone. Isaiah chapter 59, verse 7. Their feet run to evil, and they make haste to shed innocent blood. Their thoughts are thoughts of iniquity, wasting and destruction are in their paths. Zechariah chapter 11, verse 5. Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. We just talked about this. And they say, and they that sell them say, Blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not. Meaning that this man that murdered so many Israelites, he thinks the Lord is with him. And the so-called black leaders ain't doing nothing about it because they are powerless to do anything about it because they're in captivity. Okay. Psalm chapter 10, verse 7. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. Let's keep going. Job chapter 15, verse 35. They conceive mischief and bring forth vanity, in their belly prepare deceit. Proverbs chapter 6, verse 16. These 6 things that the Lord hate, yes, 7 are an abomination. Verse 17, a proud look, lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood. That's ye all do. Prime 3 characteristics. He's prideful, he's a liar, he's a murderer, not to mention a thief. Proverbs chapter 29, verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. Everybody complaining about this dude, about Esau Edom. Keep going. Let's see. Book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 10. Never trust thine enemy, like his iron rusted, so is his wickedness. Never trust him, never, ever, ever. I don't care what he offers you, how he smiles, how he lies. How you know he might lie? Lips move. Verse 11. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped the looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not altogether been wiped away. He's still wicked. He always been wicked. He's created to be the wicked. So why y'all expecting this man to be righteous? I don't know. Verse 12. This is what a lot of nations learn the hard way, trusting him. Set him not by thee, lest he have overthrown thee. He stand up in thy place, neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest seek to take thy seat. And thou at the last remember my words and be put therewith. And trust me. I don't care how much he cries and say, trust me, I'm honest, and all that other bullshit he gets you to do to trust him, let your guard down. Just so he can stab you in the back. Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13, prime example. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beasts, just like the jab? How many times did he claimed that it was safe and effective, safe and effective? Y'all took y'all asses down there, and millions died. And this man has issued no apology, no nothing. He pretended like nobody died from him. You don't trust me. Sirach chapter 12, verse 17. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. All these pandemics they claim coming down the line. What kind of crystal ball they got over there? Now listen to this part again. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. Meaning, he claimed this a new bug came out yesterday that's gonna kill everybody. But he knows everything about it already. It just came out yesterday, let him tell you. But he know everything about it. Why? Because he created it. You will find him there first. And though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. Yeah, he gonna pretend to help you to get you to trust him. Now, if you don't believe that, ask the people that died for you. Hope you can't be dead. First Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 3. But when they say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as prevails upon a woman with child, they shall not escape. Peace and safety. That's how he gets you to let your guard down. It's for your own good. It's for your health. It's for your safety. This man never gave a damn about nobody. So all of a sudden now he care about your safety and your health when he trying to kill you. What kind of sense that makes? But y'all still want to trust him and love him. James chapter 1, verse 8, a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. Never trust him. Psalm chapter 55, verse 20. He hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He hath broken his covenant. Ask the Indians. Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 16. Woe to thee, O land, when thy king is a child. Only children lie like this. I mean, just born liars. Only children lie like this. We used to get our ass when we kids for lying. He started grown and old as hell, still lying like a child. That shows a sign of immaturity. It is a sign of not accepting responsibility, and it's very immature. But let him tell it. He's the answer to all the world's problems. No, you are the cause of all the world's problems. That's why you will be deleted after your sentence. After your captivity, you will be deleted. You have no purpose. You serve no purpose. Sirach chapter 27, verse 26. Whoso diggeth a pit shall fall therein, and he that setteth the trap shall be taken therein. The Lord got you in the trick bag. You don't know where the hook coming from. You just scared. I think that's all it is I got on. Against Sirach chapter 13, verse 4. Thou be for his prophet, he will use thee. But if thou hast nothing, he will forsake thee. You better be concerned with this man. Ain't saying nothing to you, and all of a sudden he just super friendly. No, he trying to bait you up. He trying to set you up. He needs something from you. That's how he come. He ain't honest, straight up, just ask you. No, he got to bait you up, feel you out first. Like we stupid. We know you on. We know you on something. If you just come up acting all super nice and like you're not our enemy. You see right through you. Verse 5. If thou have anything, he will live with thee. Yeah, he will make thee bear and will not be sorry for it. But y'all trust. Verse 6. If he have need of thee, he will deceive thee and smile upon thee, and put thee in hope. He will speak thee fair and say, what wantest thou? That's how Satan tried to do Lord Yahweh Shai. Worship me and I give you all the kingdoms. What you want, what you need, I got you. It's the same way the United States is doing Ukraine. We just need you to fight the Russians, man. We got you, whatever you need, fam. And these stupid motherfuckers doing it. Excuse my French. How stupid can you be? You're gonna let the United States use you and murder the citizens of your own country. That's a suicide mission going up against Russia. The United States knows it. That's why they invest in proxy wars. All a proxy war is that they supplying another country to fight the war for them. That's it. And how many times they did this? See, Esau needs somebody to be the enemy so he can blame all his wickedness on them, just like his upcoming blackout. He already setting up the lie. Talking about some, China and Ukraine, they doing cyber attacks. Man, ain't nobody studying this country no more, man, like that. If you got to resort to lies, you know and your enemies know that you are already defeated. So you got to resort to lies. But see, that's how they baiting it. That's how they setting the lie up. So when they do pull these blackouts, you're gonna be automatically pissed off at China and Russia because you done heard this lie so many times. But it's your own government. Verse 9. If thou be invited of a mighty man, withdraw thyself. And so much the more will he invite thee. See, the more you tell Esau no, the more he gonna keep asking because this man is stuck on getting his way. Verse 11. This is another one of his little tactics. Affect not to be made equal unto him in talk, and believe not his many words, for with much communication he will tempt thee. Just some buttery words. And will get smiling upon thee will get out thy secrets. This man, he just walk up to you out the blue for no reason, small talk. He milking you for information on how to destroy you. Verse 17. Sirach chapter 13, verse 17. What fellowship have the wolf with the lamb? So the sinner with the ungodly. Stay away from Esau, man. Gonna end up 6 feet deep, and he will not be sorry for it. Hmm. We can get this one. We close out. Point's been made. Never trust thine enemy. What is it? Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 5. Thus said the Lord Yahweh, cursed be the man that trusteth in man and maketh flesh his arm, and whose heart departed from the Lord Yahweh. You're supposed to be trusting the Lord, not this man. And this is for the Israelites, it's not for these other nations, because the Bible was only written by Israelites, for Israelites, to Israelites. Now y'all can take it upon y'allself to open a personal letter and read it and try to apply it to yourself all you want to. We gonna see who this Bible is for when these chariots come through scooping up the elect, the 144,000. We gonna see if any of you heathens are among those people granted salvation. We gonna see. And if you do survive, you're going into slavery. You're not getting sovereignty like the Israelites. You're not getting granted rulership and salvation. No. Being saved for salvation and being saved for slavery is two different things. You Christian pastors, why you trying to soften the blow to the Edomites? You trying to make the Bible Edomite friendly? This is not a friendly book. This is a very racist, bloody book. But you got these Christian lying ass pastors trying to turn it into a fairy tale. We gonna see that day of destruction. We gonna see. We can get two more then. We can close. This point's been made. This one is 2 Ezra chapter 6, verse 9. For Esau at the end of the word of Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. And we can close on this one, Psalm chapter 73, verse 17. Until I went into the sanctuary of Yahweh, then I understood their end. Meaning, regardless of what they do, regardless of how much they cry, regardless of what they steal, who they murder, what they lie about, they still going into captivity. Why? Because it was written. They still gonna be exterminated at the end of their 1,000-year captivity. Why? Because it was written. So whatever that dumb shit they got going on, think they just gonna turn off the lights and the blackout and just murder the Lord's people. How stupid can you be? And the Lord just supposed to sit back and take it. Y'all the stupid y'all look. You Edomites and you Amalekites. Call Allah Yullah. Allah Hayna wa Yahweh by Shimmy Howard Shah Mashiach wa Malaki by Shim Howard Kakurash. Rock the thumb, the water by the ball, Kwam Yashirak. Shalom.